Good morning, my dear students. How are you? So, I think all are safe. I hope you should be good, you should be healthy. And here, last videos, we have discussed first chapter from the 7th class. So, that is totally completed. Reading of maps. Now, we'll discuss in this session, in this video, second chapter, rain and rivers. Second lesson from social textbook, rain and rivers. So in that, part 1 about rain, part 2 about rivers will be there. Part 1 about rains. So part 1 we'll discuss now. So actually, totally world very crucially depend on water. Without water, there is no any life on the earth. Without water, mainly water is compulsory required thing. Compulsory required. Totally world depended on that water. So on the earth, 71% water is there. How much water is there? 71% water is there on the earth. And 29% land. This is already we have discussed in the basic classes. 29% land, 71% water. So we depend on water, crops, to growing the crops, and to get the water for drinking, for washing, for different purposes. The using of water not uniform all the world. The availability of water also not uniform all the world. Some areas more water will be there, some areas less water will be there. Some areas no water, such like no uniformity, no uniform uses, and no uniform rainfall. Some areas more rain will be there, some areas less rain will be there, and totally all the world the water quality and quantity is not correct. Quality is not correct. I mean, quality is not same. అంతా కూడా ఒకే టేస్ట్ ఉండదు అన్ని చోట్ల. The same way, quantity also. Some areas more, some areas less. If you understand, in our India, maximum more water rainfall will be there, more water will be there. If you go any Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, wherever, there is less water will be there. Totally desert area. There is no rainfall. There is no water. So there is no uniformity. So in this class, how this water is coming? How the water on the earth? Okay, why there is a similarity is not there. There is no uniformity. Why some areas more, some areas less, and where the rainfall, how the rainfall is coming. So some water for good for drinking water, some areas water is not good for drinking, some areas water will be salty, some areas water will be hard. In your area, some areas hard water will be, salty water, salt water will be there. It's not useful for drinking. Some areas water very good and tasty to drinking water. Such like a difference will be there. So in this chapter, why these differences and why the water is available one to another areas, the differences, uniformity is not there. So this is the first thing is that uniformity. First thing is that rain, mainly rainfall, how the rain is coming. So in that we'll see one thing, sun, clouds and rainfall. Okay, sun, clouds and rainfall. Sun, clouds, rainfall. This is called as water cycle. We'll discuss. Mainly we'll discuss water cycle. Water cycle. There is so many stages are there. The main stages of water cycle. What are the stages in main water cycle? How the rainfall is coming? There is water cycle is there. Water cycle. Once I want to say one thing. April, May month, totally sunrise will be there. Total maximum hot temperature will be there. April, March, April, May, June up to June. March, April, May. In that month, maximum sunrise, maximum temperature, heat will be there. That time the totally water on the earth surface will be changed as a vapor, water vapor. It will mixes into the gas. So that water again next month, I mean June to October, June, July, August, October, that time that will be fall on the earth as a rainfall, rainy season. We can say March, April, May, those are summer season. During summer season, maximum water will be gets as a water vapor and by the sun heat. Next after rainy season, June, July, August, the seasons that will fall on the earth as a rainfall. The water fall on the earth as a rainfall. So this is what is the causes for this. Why the during summer why the water is going on, and during wind and during rainy season why the falling on the earth. For that there is a lot of changes will be there. Those are water cycle. Cycle is going on continuously. How? The rainfall fall on the earth, then it goes to oceans and seas. Again the water again reaches to sky and form as the clouds, and again rainfall, and it reaches to earth and seas and oceans. So this is the cycle. One of the cycle is going on, that is called as water cycle. So about water cycle main stages we will discuss now. Main stages in water cycle, the first thing is that evaporation. Evaporation. What is evaporation? What is evaporation? The water, which is the water, changes into water vapor by sunrise, by heat, by temperature. The water changes into water vapor and mixes with air. Mixes with air, into the air. The water, which is the water, it will be changes into water vapor and mixes with air. This process is called as evaporation. Example I will say here. I will tell to one of the example. See, take one vessel, one ball of vessel, and boil vessel of water and boil that, and make one lid on that. Keep one lid on that. Take one vessel and take water, full of water, and boil that. Give boiling. Boil that. Okay, boil that. What will happen when the water is boiled? Some water changes to gases. As a gas, it will reach to lid, which is the lid on the top. Then, when you remove the lid, what happened? Some parts of water droplets will be there. Those are fall on the again the dish, that boiled dish. Why? Because of temperature, the water changes into gases and reach up to this top lid. Then, when we are removing, some cool air reaches to that water. Cool air touch that water, that lid. Then it will change as a water droplet and fall on that lid again, that dish again. You understand? If you take any cloth, so if you're washing the cloths, after that washing, we will keep the cloths on the one area, sun area, on the sunset area, sunrise areas. Then what will happen after some times? Those cloths will be dry up. Why? What that wet cloths? What happened? That water in that cloths? It was dried. The water dries and mixes with the air and went into the sky. If you see somewhat, or if you keep one bowl of water and small bowl of water in the sunrise, so what happened? And some days after, after some days, if you see that the water will be disappear, there is no water. Why? It will be change as a water vapor and changes mixes with the air. So in the same way, whatever from our body, sweat is coming because of temperature. Sweat is coming. And now when you go to in the shadow area and if you switch on the fan, after that what happened? Your sweat is gone. What happened? Sweat is going to get inner? No, it will be disappear. The water, which is the sweat, disappear. Which means the water, which is the sweat on our body, changes as a water vapor. Changes as a water vapor, mixes with air. So this all the process is known as evaporation. What happening here? The water, which is the water, changes into water vapor. Changes into water vapor. Changes into water vapor, mixes with air. Mixes with air is known as evaporation. So evaporation takes place from our bodies also, from water bodies and from our bodies, from animal bodies, from trees, plants, from all over. Where is highest, largest amount of water vapor takes place? Water vapor, evaporation is take place. Yes, large amount of evaporation takes place from the oceans and seas. There is evaporation maximum will be there from oceans and seas. Maximum amount of water vapor, evaporation takes place. Evaporation, maximum evaporation, where is going on? On the oceans and seas. Why? Because where there is more water will be there. Maximum evaporation take place mainly from seas and oceans. You should understand, mainly from seas and oceans, maximum evaporation is going on. So what happened? Evaporated water, it was mixes with air. Evaporation. Next stage is that, this is the first stage. Second stage is that formation of clouds. Formation of clouds. Next stage is that formation of clouds. So then after evaporated water, which is water vapor, rises and mixes with hot climate, hot temperature, hot air, and it is reaches into the sky. Then it is rises because of hot. It will rises some distance. It will rises. It will go highest place. Then what happened? It will cool down. When you go from height from the sea level, the temperature gradually decrease. If you go height, the temperature decreases. If you go 1000 meters height, 6 degrees Celsius temperature will decrease. 1000 meters if you go 6, which means when the water vapor mixes with hot air, it is rising up, rising. When there is reaches up a high level into the sky, then there is a cool air will be there. Then this rised water vapor changes into tiny water droplets, small water droplets, small water droplets. And when there is a small water droplets, and along with that remaining dust particles joined with smoke and dust joined with small tiny droplets, and they come close and gathered and form as a clouds. They form as a clouds. Have understood? Evaporated water and rises up to cool. Then it will cool and change as a small water droplets, and they come closer and joined with smoke and dust in the sky. Smoke and dust in the atmosphere, those are also joined with that. Then they form as a clouds. You understand? Like that, clouds will form. Then after that, what will happen? Clouds are formed. After clouds, what will happen? Condensation. Here we have to see that winds. When the clouds are formed, those clouds are by the winds, they will travel one place to another place. By the winds, the clouds will travel. When they are traveling and traveling, the clouds also rising with traveling. That time, if any cool air is touches with the clouds, cool air, cool breezes, then what happened? The which is the water vapor changes into water. Water vapor again changes into water. Here, water vapor changes into water, which means condensation is going condensed. The cool air, the cool clouds are condensed into water droplets, condensed into heavy water droplets, the small tiny droplets, because of cool air touches the clouds, which are the clouds are formed here. The clouds are formed here. They are traveling by the winds. Then if there is a cool breezes that touches the clouds, then the clouds, which is the water, again, which is the water vapor in the clouds, again very condensed and change as the biggest water droplets, which means what happened here? The water vapor changes into water. In the evaporation, the water changes into water vapor. In the condensation, the water changes into the water vapor changes into what? Here, water changes into vapor. Here, vapor changes into water. Vapor changes into water. That is called as condensation. Maximum clouds where will be formed? Absolutely, those are formed on the oceans and seas. Why? Because there will be lot of water will be there, and there will be highest temperature will be there. They receives. That's why maximum evaporation going on in the oceans and clouds, oceans and seas. There on the oceans and seas, the clouds will form. Those clouds are how they are reaching the land. Those clouds are formed on the ocean. How they are reaching the land? Because of winds. Because of winds, the clouds which are formed on the oceans and seas, those are traveled up to land. When they are traveled up to land, because of cool breezes, cool air, the clouds are changed as a water droplets. So that is called condensation. After condensation, next what will happen? Precipitation. After condensation, precipitation takes place. Condensation after precipitation. What is precipitation? When condensed water again fall on the earth. They fall on the earth in different forms. Not like a water. We can't say which is the water vapor changes to water. That will not be water. Sometimes the water will fall on the earth in a different forms. Like as a snow, as a dew, as a fog, as a dew, as a fog, snow, dew, fog, hailstone, and rainwater, etc. Like this. So, which is the condensed water changes fall on the earth in a different forms. Different forms of rain, we can say. Different forms of rain is called as precipitation. It is called as precipitation. Different forms of rain, different forms, which means like a snow, మంచు రూపంలో పడొచ్చు. ఆ వాటర్ వాటర్ కింద మారుతుంది. తర్వాత అది భూమి మీద, మన ల్యాండ్ మీద మంచు రూపంలో పడొచ్చు. చూస్తున్నాం కదా, వింటర్ టైంలో మంచు రూపంలో పడుతుంది. డ్యూ రూపంలో పడొచ్చు, చిన్న చిన్న డ్రాప్స్ కింద. ఫాగ్, ఇది కూడా పొగమంచు రూపంలో పడచ్చు. వింటర్లో చూడండి, ఎర్లీ మార్నింగ్ ఎంత పొగ కింద మంచు ఉంటుందో. సో పొగమంచులో పడవచ్చు. హెయిల్ స్టోన్స్, చిన్న చిన్న ఐస్ పీసెస్, హెయిల్ స్టోన్స్, వడగండ్లు అంటారు తెలుగులో, ఐస్ పీసెస్, like that will fall on the earth. That is called precipitation. When the precipitation is going on, what happened after? Rainfall and reaches rainfall. Then what happened? Rainfall and reaches to rivers and and rivers, seas, oceans. Like that will happen. Rainfall also. So some water fall on the earth as a rainfall. When rainfall water, it will move and join with the form as a river. The river join with the seas, seas join with the oceans. Then ocean and seas water again evaporates. Evaporation of cloud formation after condensation, condensation after precipitation. Like that, the cycle is going on. This is called as a water cycle, and main stages in the water cycle. Like that, waterfall will be there, rainfall will be there on the earth. Have understood? Like the rainfall will be there on the earth. Have understood, my dear students? So first the water on the season, mainly we have to see maximum precipitation, evaporation takes place from the oceans and seas, and clouds form maximum on the oceans and seas. How the clouds reaches up to earth? The clouds reaches up to land by the winds. By the winds. Okay, here we have discussed about formation of clouds. When the water vapor reaches into the sky, then it will reaches and small change as a small tiny droplets with included with dust particles and smoke. Then they form as a clouds. These clouds again by the cool air condensed change into water droplets and fall on the earth in different forms. Like that is called as precipitation. Then rainfall. This reaches to the ground. Then it will be like that. This is the water cycle. 1 minute. Okay, so here main thing we have discussed, another thing is that humidity. What is humidity? The amount of invisible water, that is we will see now. Humidity. Another important point is that humidity. What is humidity? Humidity. What is humidity? The amount of invisible water vapor in the atmosphere. The amount of invisible water vapor in the atmosphere surrounding us. Invisible water vapor will be there wherever. If you take a cool glass, cool water from the fridge, then what happens? Some water droplets will be there on that water bottle, on that water glass. Those are invisible water vapor in the atmosphere. Because of cool water, when we bring that, the surrounding will be cooled down. Then those water which is the surrounding the glass, the water vapor change as a small tiny water droplets and that touches to glass. You understand? That not coming from the glass. The water is not coming from the glass. The glass would not have any holes, small holes. How the outer small droplets means, that is the water vapor, invisible water vapor into the atmosphere surrounding us. That is called as humidity. Invisible, the amount of invisible water vapor into the atmosphere is known as humidity. So if there is a high temperature, high humidity will be there. So when there is a temperature and humidity are high, we will feel uncomfortable. We will feel uncomfortable. We will say how? When there is a high temperature, when there is a high humidity, high temperature, high humidity, high water vapor into the atmosphere, and temperature also high, then what will happen? That will not evaporate, that will not go outside, that will not go rises. Then what will happen? Totally we will feel uncomfortable. That is called as sultry. We will feel sultry. The weather is sultry. Okay, so we will feel sticky. Chala చిరాకు వచ్చేస్తుంది, మొత్తం ఉక్కబెట్టేస్తుంది, వచ్చిన స్వెట్ అది ఆవిరవ్వదు, అది తగ్గదు, ఉక్కబెట్టేసి టైప్లో ఉంటుంది. దాన్ని మనం ఏంటంటే సల్ట్రీ. విల్ ఫీల్ స్టిక్ అండ్ సల్ట్రీ. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ సల్ట్రీ. విల్ ఫీల్ సల్ట్రీ, అన్కంఫర్టబుల్, టోటల్ అన్కంఫర్టబుల్. ఇఫ్ దెర్ ఇస్ ఏ హ్యూమిడిటీ హై, టెంపరేచర్ హై ఇన్ ద అట్మాస్ఫియర్, టెంపరేచర్ హైగా ఉంటే, హ్యూమిడిటీ హైగా ఉంటే, ఎక్కువగా ఉన్నట్లయితే మనకి అన్కంఫర్టబుల్గా ఉంటుంది, స్టిక్గా ఫీల్ అవుతాం. దాన్ని మనం స్టిక్కీ అంటాము. తర్వాత సల్ట్రీ అని పిలుస్తాం. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ యాజ్ సల్ట్రీ, ఉక్కపోత. సల్ట్రీ మీన్స్ ఉక్కపోత, సల్ట్రీ. Understood? That is mainly. Now we'll see winds and clouds. The winds, because of winds, the clouds are travel thousands of kilometers. Because of winds, the clouds are travel thousands of kilometers. We know the winds, actually clouds are formed on the oceans, surface of the oceans, but those are traveled thousands of kilometers because of winds. Because of winds, they are traveled thousands of kilometers. When there is a cool air, then they are form as a rainfall. They change as a rain. Maximum rainfall will be there on the oceans and seas. Why? Because on the oceans and the cloud will form. Those clouds will be rises and cool down and fall as a rainfall. Sometimes cool winds, because of winds, speed winds, the clouds will travel thousands of kilometers, and those are reached inland areas. So in the same time, which are the winds which are the winds thousands of kilometers bring to rain to us? Which are the winds bring rain to us? Those winds are called as monsoon winds. Which are the winds brings rain to us? Those winds are known as monsoon winds. Monsoon winds. Because of those winds, the clouds are traveled up to inland. Because of those winds, the clouds are traveled from oceans to inland areas, our land areas, and they fall as a rainfall. That's why those winds are called as monsoon winds. In our India, we are getting monsoon winds from Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. We are getting monsoon winds from Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. Two branches are there for we are getting monsoon winds from Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal. During summer season, southwest monsoons will be there. During summer season, if you see that, southwest monsoons we have in our India, southwest monsoons. So actually, these monsoons are two in our India. Two monsoons are there. Those are southwest monsoons, northeast monsoons. Southwest monsoons, northeast monsoons. During summer season, this is India. So there is from the branches of Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal, the winds during summer season it will be very highly clouds will form. Those clouds are travelled from summer season and they reaches to our India in the month of June. The month of first week of June, those clouds are reaches, those monsoon winds are reaches to India. Those are southwest monsoons, southwest direction. This is southwest direction. We know the directions: north, east, west, south. In the middle, this is southwest. This is northeast. This is southeast. This is northwest. These are another directions, corner directions. So see here, southwest monsoon. From the southwest direction, the monsoons are reaches our India in the month of June. Then after that, those are reaches to June, July, August. Totally spread to total overall India. During southwest monsoons, we will get more rainfall in our India. Our India is getting more rainfall during southwest monsoons. Those are formed from Indian Ocean to Arabian Sea and Bay of Bengal, the reaches. So here see this, when they are coming here and in Rayalaseema in our Andhra Pradesh, Rayalaseema, Rayalaseema and Chitturu, these places they will get the rainfall, but that is not a high level, that will be little. Rayalaseema, that areas. Why they are getting a little rainfall means here some hills are there, Nilagiri hills are there. Because of Nilagiri hills, the clouds are coming, but there is obstructed here. Then there rises here, and they falling on the hills only. The front area is a rain shadow area. I am telling here. So I have understood water cycle. So water cycle after I am telling here one thing. This is one hill. The clouds are formed here on the ocean area. They are travelled. When they are travelled, hills are obstructed. Hills addu vachini aa clouds. Then what happened? The clouds will be rises. When they rises, cool down, because when it is rises, cool breeze will be there. Rises temperature will be gradually decrease. When you go highest, the temperature decrease. That's why here low temperature, the clouds will be changed as a water and condensation is going on. They fall rainfall. Maximum the rainfall will be there in front side. And in the next area, small little rain will be there. Little rain will be there. This is a rain shadow area. This is called as rain shadow area. Rain shadow area. This type of rainfall is called as orographic rainfall. Orographic. So different kinds of rainfalls will be there in the 9th class. We'll discuss there. This is orographic rainfall. Parvatiya Varshapatam. Parvatalu. So in this way, there is in our India here Nilagiri hills are there. When southwest monsoons are coming here, the Nilagiri hills are obstruct. Then maximum rainfall will be there in Kerala, remaining places, remaining states. But in Andhra Pradesh, Rayalaseema, Chittoor not receive maximum rainfall. Little rain will be there. And some southwest monsoons are coming from Bay of Bengal. Then coastal Andhra, coastal areas of eastern areas receives more rainfall during that period. Total like that from June to October, total rainfall will be there. Then after that, this will be reaches up to this direction. Then again it will be return. Which is the clouds are, the winds are went up to here. Then during the October there will be return. So then this is called as northeast monsoon. When they are return, northeast direction, this is northeast direction, they are return. This is called as northeast monsoons. Those are also known as retreating monsoons. Northeast monsoons are also known as retreating monsoons. Retreating monsoons, reverse monsoons. They are coming in reverse. So in that period, maximum from May to October, in the Bay of Bengal, this is the Bay of Bengal we know. Bay of Bengal, there is some cycling rivers, the rounded winds will be there, maximum rounded winds will be there. Whirling air will be whirled. Like this, because of southwest monsoons and retreating monsoons, what will happen? The winds will be retreat. A reverse, that is called whirling. That is called as whirling. Tirugutundi. Then that will form as a cyclonic. You understand? Low pressure will happen on the Bay of Bengal. Low pressure to form as a cyclone. Then it is called as cyclonic rainfalls. So we are in the eastern coastal area, almost in coastal area, from June to October, cyclones will come. Present also cyclones. One cyclone after another cyclone is coming. Recently cyclones are there. Cyclone happened. After that cyclone, 1 day or 2 days sunrise will be there. Next again cyclones are coming. In Telangana, maximum rainfall is there because of cyclones. Okay, and during northeast monsoons, Telangana and Andhra Pradesh maximum areas are receives rainfall during northeast monsoons. Why? Because cyclonic rains will come. Cyclones, whirling of air on the oceans, whirling of air on the oceans form as a cyclones. Those are causes to more rainfall in this eastern coastal area. Coastal area receives more rainfall and also destruction. Because of that cyclones and very heavy winds will come, speed winds will come, then it causes to and leads to destruction. Some trees will be fall down, some buildings will be fall down, some water will become more, like that will happen. And heavy rainfall causes to destruction and floods. Heavy rainfall causes to destruction and floods. So in our Andhra Pradesh, maximum October-December months, coastal Andhra receives cyclones, moderate rains, very less rains. Maximum rains will be there, but less rains will be there. October-December months, cyclones will come. But Telangana, those regions are receives Rayalaseema receives a little rainfall. That time very little rainfall, somewhat little rainfalls. Okay, like this will happen. So here, my dear students, have understood how the winds types of winds, which are the winds taking clouds for causes to rain. Those winds which are the winds causes to rain, those winds are called as monsoon winds. In our India, two types of winds are there, monsoon winds. Southwest monsoons, northeast monsoons. Southwest monsoons, summer June to October. Then during October, the southwest monsoons reverse, and those are changed as a northeast monsoons, and they are causes to cyclones also. This is about monsoons. And here we have to discuss about which instrument is measured the rainfall. Which instrument is measured rainfall? Which is the instrument measured rainfall is known as rain gauge. Rain gauge, this is the instrument to measure rainfall. It will measure the rainfall. Okay, so rain gauge instrument is measured rainfall. So the rainfall is measured in centimeters. The rainfall will measure in centimeters. Did you see? If you see that news, they will tell in Rayalaseema 2 centimeters rainfall, Telangana, Coastal Andhra 5 centimeters rainfall, 10 centimeters rainfall. Like that they will tell. How can they will tell? By using of rain gauge. This is the one of the instrument. It will tell us rain gauge. How to measure the amount of rainfall? Anantapur like this, Chittoor like this, coast East Godavari this much of rainfall, this centimeters rainfall. So they are ensured to keep the board. They ensure to measure rainfall by the help of rain gauge. We can make our own rain gauge by using the bottle. We can make the rain gauge easily. So see this picture in the page number 13 in your textbook, and make rainfall according to information, which is information given here, and you can make the rainfall. Keep that rain gauge, make the rain gauge according to this information. May dear students, make a rain gauge and keep in open place and bring to me after reopen of the school. You can show me after reopen of the school that rain gauge. You understand? The instrument which is measured rainfall is known as rain gauge. So bring that rain gauge after reopen of school. Understood? See the information. By the here a bottle is there. According by that using a bottle, he had made rain gauge very easily. So read carefully this page and make a rain gauge. Understood? So here mainly in this lesson we have this part 1. We have discussed about water cycle, evaporation, condensation, water cycle total level, humidity and precipitation. These things we have discussed, and also winds, monsoon winds we have discussed, and rain gauge, and it's compulsory you have to see rain gauge, how it was prepared. You have to prepare at home and show me after you open up the school. Okay, this part 1 was completed. Next we will discuss part 2 later. Thank you.